Hi everyone, Shyamanand here from Hyper Automobiles, and behind me is the latest and techiest 2024 Tata Harrier. Join me as I give you a glimpse of the exterior, the interior, the boot, the engine, and of course take it for a spin. And that's purely because
City drive mode activated.
The Harrier has always been a good looking car, but is now more striking than ever. Front and center is a bigger grille with metal like embellishments, and the DRLs on top are now connected by a light bar, which in fact come with a new welcome animation. Headlamps are lower down and vertically oriented, just above the fog lamps. There are also rear air vents to cool down the brakes. Speaking of, the biggest change on the side profile is the new design for the wheels. The base variant gets 17-inch wheels, higher spec ones get 18s, and the dark edition gets Gargantuan 19s. This aside, there's Harrier lettering on the doors and a badge on the C-pillar to commemorate Tata Motors' 50 lakh sales. At the back, the tail lamps have been reprofiled along with the addition of a full-width light bar. You also get a shark fin antenna and an integrated rear spoiler. The interior of the Harrier has gotten equal, if not bigger updates than the exterior. First off are these seats. They hold you well in place and are well cushioned. Both the front seats are power adjusted and have the ventilated function, while only the driver's seat has the memory function. However, the main talking point of the interior is very much the newly designed dashboard. The dash includes a 12.3-inch infotainment system that's smooth, slick and easy to use, and one that supports wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. You now get completely digital climate controls, which I think are a bit of a faff to use. There's also the 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster and Tata's all-new 4-spoke flat-bottom steering wheel with a horizontal slab that displays the Tata logo and steering-mounted controls. And yes, these controls are indeed digital, which again aren't the easiest things to use. Coming to the features and storage that you get in the front of the new Harrier, you get a huge panoramic glass sunroof, a JBL sound system that sounds really sharp and crisp, a reading light for the front, a vanity mirror with a light for just the co-passenger, humongous door bins, a couple of cup holders on the center console, some storage beneath your armrest, a wireless charging pad, a 45-watt USB-C charging port, and of course, a very deep glove box that has 2 levels. Getting in and out of the Tata Harrier is very convenient. And once you are in, the seats are very comfortable, and as you can see, the headrests are bolstered, which means you can pull them towards you and have a nap without your head swooping down. Other than that, you get a reading light for the rear passengers, grab handles, a sunshade, some storage behind the driver's seat as well as the passenger seat, a small space to store your phones, a USB-C charging port, and huge door bins that have 2 levels, just like the glove box in the front, along with ISOFIX mounts for child seats and a center foldable armrest with 2 cup holders. Talking about the center seat, I have a very good amount of headroom. My knee room is good and my leg room is a bit compromised, and that's mainly because of the transmission tunnel. But I do think that you can comfortably carry 3 adults in the back of the Tata Harrier without an issue. And I think it's very much a shame that Tata has given the middle seat a 3-point seat belt but no headrest. Boot space is great at 445 liters, which is actually 20 liters greater than the previous Harrier, and the seats can be folded as a 60-40 split too. The spare 16-inch steel rim is located under the body. The sole engine option you get is a 2-liter turbocharged inline 4-cylinder diesel engine that outputs 170 horsepower and 350 Newton meters of torque and drives the front wheels via a 6-speed manual or a 6-speed torque converter automatic gearbox. So this vehicle that I'm driving currently has the 6-speed automatic torque converter gearbox. And first of all, let's talk about the steering, because the biggest downside, the biggest negative of the previous Harrier was its hydraulic steering. It was notoriously heavy and very hard to maneuver in the city. especially while taking a U-turn or at a roundabout. But Tata has finally given the new Harrier electric power steering, which means it's super precise, super light, and very easy to maneuver in the city. Next, let's talk about the suspension. But before that, you should know that the new Harrier's wheel size starts at 17 inches and the old Harrier started at 16 inches. Now, the increase in wheel size has meant that Tata's had to work on the suspension again. And I must say that the suspension is a little bit on the stiffer side, but it works very well during high speed. The handling of the Harrier, I must say, is pretty sorted, and body roll is not too much, and that's mainly because it's a monocoque chassis or a unibody chassis. It's not a ladder frame like many of the other SUVs are, like the Scorpio for example. So the Harrier does get a suite of ADAS, but the adaptive cruise control, for example, is exclusive to the automatic transmission, and you do not get it in the manual transmission. Apart from that, you also get lane departure warning and automatic emergency braking. Finally, let's talk about braking performance, because this vehicle right here has disc brakes on all four wheels, and that's purely because
City drive mode activated.
Okay, sorry. And that's purely because I have the automatic transmission. Again, just like the adaptive cruise control, even getting all four disc brakes is very much exclusive to the automatic transmission. Braking performance is really good, I must say, but on heavy braking you really notice that you're driving a 1.6 ton car. So then, what's my verdict on the Tata Harrier? Should you buy it? I would say that if you're buying the Harrier, get the automatic gearbox, because there are features like adaptive cruise control and getting disc brakes on all four wheels that are very much exclusive to the automatic gearbox. Hence, I think that the auto gearbox variants are just a much more complete package. It's a better offering than the manual versions. However, the Harrier still misses a petrol engine, and I'm sure a big chunk of people would like to have a petrol engine in their Harrier. But honestly speaking, the Harrier has seen a huge improvement in technology, interior and design, which contributes to most of what a car is today. Let me know what you think about the Harrier in the comments below. As always, please do subscribe to our channel so that you never miss a single upload. Thanks a lot for watching. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.